It affects your relationship with God. Jesus is telling us that all of us are just as sinful as everyone else, that committing a sin in your heart is just as evil as committing it in your flesh in terms of how it affects your relationship with God. I remember many years ago hearing Jay Kessler, a VP with Youth for Christ, addressing this issue. He took up Jesus' teaching about sexual sin. The class was all male, and someone asked if committing a sexual sin in the flesh was worse than in your heart. Kessler said, "It is when it's my daughter." Everyone laughed, and then he pointed out that he wasn't disagreeing with Jesus' teaching in the Sermon on the Mount. He was only talking about the horizontal aspect of sin. James 2:10 says if you break the law at one point, you've broken the whole thing. God does not grade on percentages. You are not 60% a sinner or 40% a sinner. You are 100% a sinner, even if you haven't in your flesh committed every sin. In Romans 5:12, Paul says, Adam's sin has come upon all men. Everyone sins. The consequences are the same. If you sin, you are condemned to eternity without God. It doesn't seem to matter which sin or the volume of sin you commit. So my response to this student is this. The most important thing about sin is how it has affected our relationship with God. Isaiah 59:1-2 says it has separated us from Him. The great task of life is to get back to God, and that can only be done through the blood of Jesus Christ. So are all sins equal? Yeah, at the end of the day, every sin is equally bad.